Hello and welcome to HardHat Uncovered. I am Tamika Miles, the hostess with the mostest, and I am here with Junior Gutierrez. So we're going to jump right in and meet you, the fearless leader of the HardHat Uncovered shebang. So tell us a little bit about who you are.
So I have been in construction now, actually 17 years, but actually yesterday for everybody was Halloween for 2018, and that has actually been 13 years of safety for me. So my first day in safety was Halloween Day in 2005.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a bad omen to do a career change from being a pipe fitter to join into safety, but it's kind of worked out.
Wonderful.
Worked out in my favor, so.
And where did your career begin 13 years ago?
Well, my actual construction career in 2001 started down in Southeast Texas, down in the chemical plants, refineries down there, throughout the whole Gulf Coast region. I was there about 11 years, and then after that, switched from that industry to infrastructure, and, public utility, and just some other areas that I was able to work into, and now I am here.
Well, welcome.
Thank you.
So great transitions. Could you tell us something unique about yourself? I thought it was very unique that you started your career on Halloween years ago, but something else.
Let's see here. Something unique about myself, I think, is that I have made it a goal to go out there and, well, actually, I was given a challenge by my first safety manager, which his exact words were that, you know, all these brains I got is useless because when I die, it's going to die with me. And because I wasn't sharing that knowledge with anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And so I made it since that challenge, it's kind of been my lifelong mission now to replicate the best I can. And so that's, I think, something different that I do from the most common safety professional out there.
Okay, yes, replication. It's a great leadership skill, and you pour that into the people that you work with. Yes?
Yes.
I've had the opportunity, I remember the conversation I had when I kind of first met you, sort of maybe, and you said to me that you believe that your job as a manager is to build your team. People kind of HR give you a set of people, and you got to discover the best in people and make the best functioning team.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's, you know, I didn't want to, when I was given the opportunity to become a leader, I didn't want to always use the excuse, well, this individual is what you gave me and this is what I'm working with, and well, this group is what you gave me and this is why I failed. I think I challenged myself as whatever I'm given is, I'm going to go in there, find, just the same way you would with the basketball team or football team. You're not going to put the center from the offense, which is typically a bigger guy, to be a wide receiver and expect him to run 40 yards. In his case, in under a minute, right? So, the challenge is going in there and finding what is the strengths of your team and setting them in the right positions to be successful, which ultimately just makes the entire team successful, including myself. So,
indeed. So I love that, and I think that translates into any type of team. I have a band background, a little cheerleading. So to your point, you can't just take the player that's set up for this and move them to here without proper training,
right,
if they do have some skills. I love it. So you and your team developed this saying, #ChangeOneThing. What does that mean?
So to change one thing, the whole concept behind it originally was, okay, so we're going to go out there as safety professionals and do our normal job, whether it's gathering data, doing observations, helping, people stay in compliance. But what we decided to do was actually go out there and create a new challenge or a new campaign, which is Change One Thing. And so what this campaign is to go out there and say, okay, I'm going to do what I would normally do, on a daily basis, but now I'm gonna go out there and change one additional thing out there. And then not only do that within ourselves, but just basically pour that out into the people that are actually out in the field doing the work, the guy that's shoveling the asphalt, the guy that's installing pipe, and challenge them to do the same thing, to do their normal duties, and in one day just change one additional thing. So if you break it down, and let's say you had a crew of 5 people, well, in one day, that's 5 additional hazards that have been eliminated. Where at the end of a 5-day work week, that's 25 issues, and you multiply that by the month, by the year, and before you know it, you've created an impact on lives with just a simple understanding of just today. I just focus on changing one thing, but then we went beyond that and said, okay, not only are we going to do that in our industry, how can we do that beyond our industry? How can we go out there and affect the people that are in the schools, just out there in the neighborhoods, out there in these organizations that are trying to help people. And so we're expanding that out and helping out these other organizations and trying to just really reach out to everybody and just spread that same concept of changing one thing in somebody's life and having somebody else carry it out, and then that person, before you know it, we've done impacted everyone around us.
I love it because it will be it is a contagious thing. Change is contagious, and how you choose to change is what makes it good or make it bad. I wrote down 2 things that I'm going to take away. That you want to start with the individual, you. Change you first. And don't do it one time. Do it daily. Impact. All right. So we've had some discussions about leadership styles, and you've talked about family. Mm-hmm. More importantly, or maybe not more importantly, but the strategy, I guess, at work, because technically there is a pretty male-dominated situation for you. The brotherhood. Mm-hmm. Can you tell the people a little bit about that?
Yeah, so one thing that we are constantly doing in our team, and that's that you'll hear us constantly talking to each other, brother this, brother that, hey brother, how you doing today? Hey brother, let me help you out with that. And just because we come from different backgrounds, we come from different nationalities, come from different mindsets, we have not allowed that to create barriers within ourselves. And I think one thing that has done for us is created a stronger team, right? So it's we have evolved into this group that is willing to do stuff for each other outside of the 6s. So what that means is from 6 to 6, I'm working, and that's I'm going to deal with you from 6 to 6, and then after that I'm going to go deal with with my own personal stuff. And so we've gone beyond that because of this this brotherhood that we have put together, and we've had discussions about how do you find that respect for each other? How do you eliminate these issues as they're rising up, so it doesn't create all this animosity? And we were talking amongst ourselves the other day, and we were talking about the golden rule, right? So you hear about treat others how you want to be treated, and so what we were talking about is the platinum rule. And so what the platinum rule is to treat others how they want to be treated. Mm-hmm. So just because I might be somebody who can handle stressful situations, and I can handle it if you come in and drop 20 things on my plate and leave, doesn't mean the next person can deal with it that way. So it's all about understanding how each one of us works, and working with that individual and having the respect for them as a human being and as an adult, to treat them as so, and I think it's worked out really great for us.
You're always giving great information. I love it. And I used to sell Mary Kay. That's a thing. That's a whole other topic. But in Mary Kay, we operated from the platinum rule. Mm-hmm. And that is a very highly driven customer service business, because you're selling cosmetics, you're selling skincare, so you have to get to know people, know their skin type, and I hope this is making the connection for you. But in order to be an excellent service provider, if you're going to do this business, you have to care. You have to care what your customer thinks. And so, yeah, I like a lot of things that people don't like. I like to karaoke. Do you?
Absolutely.
See, you're an easy customer for me. But if it was someone who didn't,
now I prefer lip syncing. See,
I like to put my vocals in it. Well, I absolutely get it, and I am very excited about getting together, meeting the rest of the team, doing our little interviews, learning, because I think we're going to grow people based on the way we interact here at HardHat Uncovered. Yeah?
Yep.
So, look into the camera, the world, and tell them what you want to tell them.
Actually, I just want to challenge everybody, right? So we've talked about a couple of things. Impact was one of the things that we were talking about. So it's really more of a challenge, right? So if we change one thing, then in our lives, then we're impacting ourselves, right? But if we go out there and if we make a difference, then we're impacting the people around us. But the challenge is that that I want to see is that we make history, and that's by changing the world to this. So
Yes.
so that's the challenge. Go change one thing.
I accept that challenge, and I'm going to work on changing one thing today and forevermore. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned in.